All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing your daily horoscope, astrological alignments for Monday, the 8th of February, 2021. We've got the moon moving in the early degrees of Capricorn, creating a trine over there to Uranus and Taurus. All right, the moon in Capricorn. It's always an interesting placement for the moon to be in Capricorn. The mother-father kind of energy, although the earth energy is technically looked at as feminine energy. The sign of Capricorn is Saturn, kind of that masculine, that father time kind of energy. So the emotional moon moving through Capricorn, creating that trine to Uranus and Taurus. This is about easy breakthroughs while staying committed to ourselves and disciplined on whatever it is that we are focusing our energy on. All right. So that's a very positive aspect, right? It's practical energy. It's getting the job done no matter what's going, no matter what comes our way, no matter what obstacles come through. It's kind of keeping that focused energy and steady moving forward, right? And we've been coming from a lot of this energy of clearing out the past. And what's very interesting is the moon in Capricorn really wants us to stay committed to the life that we're creating. That breakthrough to Uranus energy is just like, okay, I can do it. It's just like if you quit coffee for a couple days and you start getting those headaches and you want to go back to the coffee. You want to go back to the coffee so that you don't get the headache. It's like Earl Burris, where this cycle just keeps repeating itself, right? Well, this trine to Uranus is going to help us break that cycle. It's kind of interesting too, right? When we look at the call of the streets, if you will. Okay? The moon, ruled by Cancer, we look at that as Main Street. And Capricorn, we look at as Wall Street. Okay? Big business. And when we have this Cancer energy, you get out of bed in the morning, you're not wearing a suit and a tie. When you get out of bed in the morning, you're not wearing, a gown or a dress or whatever it may be. It's just like the hair is a mess. We're not presented well. We're not presenting ourselves to the world. We're just simply, getting up and doing our thing, So it's like how we dress at home or how we act at home isn't how we act out in public, right? So it's like we can't necessarily just wear our pajamas and messy hair when we go out in public. Our public image, right? This Capricorn energy, our public image is extremely, we're seen. We're seen by the world when we come out. So it's like, what kind of image, kind of emotional image are we trying to represent? What kind of emotional image are we trying to present ourselves as, right? So, and it's like, again, that call of the streets, the call of the old comfortability, okay, where we're saying, I don't care. I'm going to go out, I'm going to go to the store just dressed in my pajamas. I'm going to go not with my hair done. I'm going to go out and do this. I don't care, or it's falling back into those old cycles. I tried to break myself free from coffee, but I was getting a headache, whatever. I don't care. I'm going back to my old comfortability, and this energy is like, we can't really go back to this old comfortable, lifestyle. There's so much breakthrough, so much change going on that it's necessary for us to take those steps to move forward instead of just repeating those cycles at Earl Burris, the snake eating its own tail and going in an endless loop, right? So it's this great energy to break the cycle, to break free, the beautiful trine from the moon to Uranus, breaking free and allowing ourselves to stay more disciplined, more focused, more structured, right? And presenting ourselves well, emotionally handling ourselves. What's out of our control, it's out of our control. If we can control something, if we can have an effect on something that is within our control, let's move toward that space. But if it's like that this is out of our control, there's nothing we can do about it. We don't have to have a necessary emotional reaction about it, right? And we also have the sun at 20 degrees of Aquarius, creating a conjunction with Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, okay? This is saying, like, again, don't put the carriage before the horse. Don't count the chickens before they hatch. Don't rush ahead. Don't sign a contract without reading it fully. It doesn't mean don't sign a contract at all. It just means not jumping the gun, and then we disqualify ourselves. We might be the best person for the race, but if we jump the gun, we disqualify ourselves. Well, what was the point? What was the point of all that training and all that hard work to just throw it away at the last second because we over-anticipated doing something too soon before we had all the information, right? So now we have the sun conjunct with Mercury in Aquarius. All right, so this is mentally being aware of where we need to kind of pump the brakes a little bit and saying, okay, I need to focus my energy on the creation process of reviewing. Okay, reviewing what steps do we need to take to move forward? What steps do we need to take to create this community? What steps do we need to take to create this dialogue, this buzzing dialogue of moving forward? What steps do we need to take to live this life that we need, that we're trying to create for ourselves? All of this Aquarian energy, again, this is visionary energy. This is a lot of energy in Aquarius right now, and those big planets, specifically Saturn and Jupiter, are making a huge impact. Okay, Jupiter comes around once every 12 years, Saturn once every 30 years. All right, so it's going to be a long time before we're going to have these two in this sign again that's making way for us, creating this new lifestyle, this revolutionary breakthrough kind of energy that says we're changing the life that we had and moving toward a new one. And the emotional moon staying steady in the sign of Capricorn and saying whatever we have to do, we're going to get it done. And we're not going to shy away from our responsibilities. We're not going to go back to bed and say I don't feel like doing it. We're going to get up. We're going to get dressed. We're going to shower up, get dressed, do our hair, brush our teeth, and present ourselves well out into the world, right? And it matters on how we present ourselves moving forward, right? And not being lazy. There's no lazy Capricorn mountain goat energy. They fall off the mountain, and that's just not an option. It's not a possibility, right? And as well, this is an interesting, because we look at the moon as the kind of the mother nurturing energy, and we look at Capricorn as kind of that father time energy. This is a good balance between our masculine and feminine energies, all right? So it's finding that we are the yin and the yang, to not point our fingers at anything else or blame anything else, fully taking on responsibility for our work, the work that we do. We can't, I say this all the time, we can't go to the gym and exercise for somebody else. Nobody can go to the gym and exercise for us and us gain. You can't read a book and me gain the knowledge unless you open up and communicate with it, communicate the dialogue about it. But this is like what you put in is what you get out. What you're putting into your future is what you're getting out of it right now, right? So it's really good energy, and whatever's going on, we're getting it done. We're making things happen, and we're rethinking before we speak, we're rethinking before we act, before we just push on to this new thing, and getting caught in this idea of this new, always something new, always something different. It's like we're always going to be searching for that thing, and it's just like we're always searching for something new, always searching for something different. We're missing the opportunity to be present in this moment. All right, and that's a big aspect that this Capricorn moon is trying to express to us, to be present here right now. Because if we focus our attention on something else, if we're thinking too much about the future, it's anxiety. If we're thinking too much about the past, it's depression, right? And it's like we have to place each foot very carefully up that mountain, otherwise we're going to fall off of our path. And that's just not an option. My friends, have a beautiful day. As always, thank you for hanging out with me. We'll see you soon.